So here in DC, in the last few days before an expected vote on sanctions against the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, Senator Cruz is pushing this through, and as a part of a deal with Senate Democrats in December, in order they got to move forward a lot of their appointments and to confirm a lot of the Biden administration's nominees for senior State Department and ambassadorial posts on the condition that the Senate would vote on this particular bill. So this bill is a part of Senator Cruz's push to try to sanction this pipeline. This is in line with a lot of traditional positioning on the Hill on both sides of the aisle. Russian energy, always unpopular. These pipelines, which put Europe more in greater dependence on Russia for gas, unpopular. But right now we're in a funny bind, and it's not clear which way the vote's going to go. The Biden administration is really pushing not to be forced to sanction the pipeline right now. They want flexibility to do so. This has a lot to do with the conflict in Ukraine. If Russia invades, well, how do you get Russia not to invade? Does the option of sanctioning or not sanctioning this pipeline give the U.S. an upper hand? And this is the question that lots of Democrats and Republicans are considering, because especially a bunch of Democratic senators are on that line. Do they vote for this or will they vote against it?
Yeah, so as they continue weighing the pros and cons and the consequences, and 2-3 days ahead of this pretty crucial vote, in terms of influence, you've got the Ukrainians themselves, the Ukrainian government, publicly urging a lot of senators to vote for Ted Cruz's bill to sanction Nord Stream. And the way they've described it is they're calling the project no less an existential threat to our country than Russian troops on our border. How successful do you think that kind of pressure from Ukraine is going to be? Are people listening? I mean, you're up on the Hill, right?
Ukraine is a big concern on the Hill, but it's really hard to weigh a lot of these priorities. President Zelensky asking Congress to pass this bill, it really does matter. At the same time, you're worried about, what hand can the administration have? So it puts a Ukrainian question against a Ukrainian question. This is an unusual thing for Congress to be thinking about, right? And in general, it's very inclined to push this through. So much of legislation the past few years has been trying to get sanctions against this pipeline. And again, opposition to Russian energy goes back decades on the Hill. So it could go either way. The question is, do they have enough votes? You might have more than 60 going in this direction, but you might not. But the alternative to not passing this bill doesn't mean not sanctioning Nord Stream 2 either. Something that the Democratic side is trying to push is to put a different bill on the table. Senator Menendez is putting forth a different bill that would keep the option of sanctioning still in the administration's hands, but really have much of the same spirit. Yes. So, this is a different way that can go.